I actually did write my obituary and I'm not dying and I don't have any chronic sickness that I'm battling with. So please relax and enjoy this journey with me. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about my obituary and how I set to plan my long-term goals. So my name is Hannah. If this is your first time meeting me on this channel, you're welcome and I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Now in this year 2024, I wrote my obituary literally on the 6th day of January. That is because I joined Ali Abdaal's workshop about goal setting. It was more of his workshop around his new book, Feel Good Productivity. And I think that this book is one of the books that I'm really looking forward to. I already pre-ordered it and I'm looking forward to receiving it later this year. In the workshop, we wrote obituary. So the obituary, if you don't know what it is more like something that you write about someone when they have passed on. So in this case, you are writing your own obituary and it's just for you to have an idea about what do you want to be said about you when you die. What kind of words do you want people to use about you when you pass on? So this idea is taking the power out of someone's hand and putting it in your own hand, that when you die, what do you want to be said about you? In this case, you are breaking this step down into two categories: your work life and the personality you have built around yourself. Because when someone passes on, when we go for funerals, we don't really call people who are related to the deceased. We call people who have also worked with the deceased. We get to know from them, what was this person like? What was his work life like? Was he hardworking? Was he lazy? Was he someone who was loyal? Was he dedicated to his work? And we also call people from the deceased family. So this brings up the idea about your relationships, your personality, people who are your friends. What do they say about you? What kind of relationship do you want to be remembered for? What kind of relationship have you built? In this video, I want you to take some time and plan your life in this category. I'm going to be doing this with you because I really liked how Ali Abdaal did this with us or with me. I'm just going to take myself out of the lot because there were so many people on the workshop and it was absolutely sick, and I want to do that with you as well. So take a piece of paper, take anything at all on your phone, anything, and let's go through this. Demarcate two sections of the paper. So in work life, what do you want people who work with you to remember you for? What do you want to be remembered for in the aspect of work? So in my case, I wrote a number of things that I'm going to be sharing with you, and I hope that you get inspiration from these things as well. So here's my little obituary, and these are just prompts that I want you to take note of that you should also write as well, but it doesn't mean it has to be the same thing. So in my under personality and relationship, I wrote that Hannah had a big heart to accommodate and interact with just about anybody, deeply intelligent, loved lots of times and genuinely, loved deeply, forgave easily and quickly, not withholding grudges, because I really like to just let go of things. And then I wrote that she lived. So I think I just want to stress this a little bit more, because I feel like a lot of people are just walking through life and surviving. Like, I'm not even referring to like financial constraints or anything. People are literally well to do, but they're just I feel like I have lived, like I have been that way before. But so that is what I really want to be remembered for, that I lived. Like, I lived every moment that I could. Next, that I enjoyed every moment of my life. That I inspired others to reach their fullest potential, which is literally the reason behind me creating this channel, which as well means that you should subscribe to this channel as we are growing to 1,000 subscribers in the coming months. So I really look forward to that. So next, that she gave people the opportunity to fail, make mistakes and become better versions of themselves, full of good vibes, because we really proclaim the good vibe energy around here, and always made time for her friends and family, and then gave herself enough room to fail and make progress. So this is what I consider to be a good obituary for myself, and this is what I think would be an inspiration to you if you are really going to take this step to actually write your obituary. And it's not scary. I have this in my phone, and I'm probably going to be keeping it for the rest of the year. And I mean, it's nothing scary. Just write it. What do you really want to be remembered for? Now, when it comes to work, I wrote that I am dedicated and I'm loyal, which is true. And I'm always a difficult person to convince, but I'm easy to work with. So I think this is literally true. I'm not here to explain myself, but I think it's true because I don't always want people to feel like I told her and then she did it. I told her and she did it. So like I wanted people to have a little friction trying to like get me to buy their idea so that like I feel like, oh okay, like we really talk through this with her. But then I want you to also feel like it's easy to work with me when we are agreeing on things. That's also a good trait that I want to hear on my obituary. The next is that I am always ready to support and hang out with, which is true, and genuinely cared about people she worked with, which is also true. And I really would love like it to be a great opportunity to have this being read at my funeral, like the day that I pass on, and it's like that. I mean, it's cool. Like I feel like writing this was a very good exercise for me because see, sometimes you get really carried away with a lot of things that you forget that it will all end at some point. So you get so like just take a moment, breathe, and just go through this exercise. Like, what do you want to remember it for? At your final on your final day, like on your final celebration of life, what do you want to be remembered for? Mind you that a lot of things that we really pay attention to don't really need our attention. So something like in your friendship, in your relationship, in everything, in your family, you should realize that these are the people that will always stand by you no matter what, especially when you have like very good friends and very dedicated friends who are really loyal to you and all that. And you should make time for these things that actually matter. So you realize that even in the points that I wrote for work, they are just four. But then for things that I wrote for my personality and for my relationship, I just wrote like a lot of things because I feel like these are the things that I want people who are closest to me to get to see about me when I'm no more. This is going to be like a very short video that I want to share with you. And let me know if you enjoy having me talk about things like this, content and productivity, and then like planning your long-term goals and even just planning in general. So if this interests you, hit the like button and then share a comment with me about what you liked about it or about your experience writing your obituary, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.